Hi, friends. How are you? Welcome to La Femme Bleu. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Really appreciate the fact that you are tuning in to listen to another episode of what's going on in my life. Well, my ex is in town, and my son is spending time with him. But wanted to excuse me if I sound a little bit hoarse, still battling this hoarseness. But I'm not sure where I left off, you guys. I know I had a court date that was scheduled, I think, last time I spoke with you. And I think I may have given you an update since, but I'm not sure. But either way, now when my ex travels, he's gonna pay his own expenses. Thank God. You're coming to visit your own son, and you want your ex-wife to pay for you to travel with your new wife. I'm not sure how that makes sense, but that just shows you that some people are just not in their right minds. That's all. But so the hearing officer removed that um, language from the order. So for now on, when he travels, he pays for his own expenses. I travel, I pay for my own expenses as well, which was always the case for me, but for whatever reason, he was playing that poor man um, syndrome, that he didn't have enough money to travel, that I should cover him. So that had been the case for the past year or two. Anyway, I'm thankful for that. That madness is no longer on my shoulder to carry. Um, so last night I texted to kind of check in on my son to see how he was doing, and he never responded. So I just prayed and trust God, really. Um, that man can be spiteful, although if you talk with him, he'll say, I'm the one who's being spiteful. I don't know how I'm doing that miles away from where he is, but either way, just trusting God with the whole process. But I have this balloon here, you guys. I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating my birthday weekend. Yay! But also, it's been a year since I've been posting. And so I'm proud of myself. I'm celebrating that because um, I've, I sincerely have been faithfully posting. And so I'm celebrating my success, my persistence, and I can't wait to celebrate a second year, third year, and so forth. So this is my ongoing journey to kind of keep this chronicle going. It's kind of like what's going on, current events, and hopefully, if you guys are facing the same challenges in your life or marital issues, feel free to encourage someone else or feel free to leave a comment. But, as you know, it seems as if this could have really been an easy process, but unfortunately, my ex brought the courts into it, and it hasn't been an easy process since 2020. So it's been 5 years, you guys, been going through this mess. So the other day, on my birthday, I saw myself writing a check to be sent to the attorney for $800, you guys, 808 to be exact. I was like, someone should be writing this check to me to celebrate me, my birthday. But no, because of, emails that my ex has sent, and every time he reads an email, it's like $50 here, $50 there. It's just insane. Um, I just, I'm just done. I feel like I'm paying this mortgage. It's like I never know what the bill's gonna be from month to month. So it's just unbelievable. I'm just thankful that God has been providing for us, because there are times I write these checks and I'm like, I have no idea. It's just where them there must be a money tree somewhere. I just haven't found it, but somehow these checks are going to him, and they're being cashed. Thank God they're not bouncing. But I'm just done. I feel as if it's overdue. I mean, I don't want to keep on paying legal fees, when I can just have a basic conversation with someone that I used to have a relationship with. But he seems to feel that he has to go through the attorney, like he can't have a decent conversation with me. It's just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, well, how did we get here? I mean, I clearly know, of course, but did it really have to be? Sometimes you have to go back to when you first met. Okay, there was something that I liked about this person. Maybe I can tap into that to have a decent conversation instead of going through an attorney. But he doesn't see it that way. I think he thinks if he sits down and tries to have a conversation, that it's going to be a battle. And it's not going to be a battle. I mean, granted, yes, I do see him as a knucklehead. I really do. And he's not proactive. He doesn't think of what certain outcome will be beforehand. And, because of that, I resent him. I really do. But but for the sake of the children, yeah, I would definitely sit down and have a decent conversation, but he's not open to that. So you guys, um, so yeah, for the past week or so, my son has been dreading this visit, and I just kept on praying, God, please help him to have a good time. Please help him to have a good time, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be like the mom who didn't want my son to form a relationship with his dad. Honestly, I've seen too many stories where it's not good. We have to play, a neutral side. I mean, I don't talk badly about my ex. I try to let him know, listen, he's going to take you places. You're going to have a good time. Just enjoy the experience. He's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to see him. This is going to be a bad day. And I know my ex would never believe this, but I only say positive things about the upcoming visits, um, because I want my son to have a positive experience. I want him to be whole. I don't want him to feel that mom, is kind of like the good guy because mom is raising him. And I think sometimes children see it that way. They feel that the father or the parent who's not in the picture is not a good parent. And I don't want him to see that. If he forms a negative opinion of his father, I want it to be from his experience, not mine. And so, but the past week has not been really good for him. He dreads these visits. He really does. And my only thought on this is, God, take the wheel. Really, take the wheel to shape him emotionally, physically, mentally, so that he's not, um, stained by this whole experience. Um, so that's that. That's the latest, you guys. Happy birthday to me and to my channel. Yay! Happy anniversary, channel. Again, you're watching La Femme Bleue. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And until next time, friends, I'll keep you posted.